Okay, here I am, back at it with another one of these discussion videos about something that was recently revealed. I was honestly going to give up on this type of content because it's not my favorite to make, and I don't like feeling like I'm the only one being a negative Nancy. I don't like the idea of being the only one who's so skeptical, the only one who's so fretful and worried, and the one who's pessimistic all the time. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that person, but I am, man. And I'm putting this video out there because I'm wondering if anyone else genuinely feels the way I do. Right? Am I really the only one who isn't just ultimately optimistic about this? Am I the only one who is worried? Am I the only one who's concerned? Because Gen 6 is my baby, right? Gen 6 is what got me into Pokemon. It's not the generation that introduced me to it. No, my first Pokemon game was Pokemon Diamond on the DS, but I was a dumb 7-year-old who didn't have the patience to read and didn't know how to read maps, so we ended up taking that game back real soon, real quick. But later on, when I was 11 and X and Y rolled around, I was interested in giving it another shot, and man, X and Y blew me away at the time. It brought me into the series as a genuine fan. I collected the merchandise. I bought the stuffies, the plushies, whatever you want to call them. I got the shirts, man. I watched the anime. I collected the trading cards. I was on that. Pokemon X and Y got me hooked. All right. Gen 6 is my baby. It'll always be my baby. Pokemon Omega Ruby from Gen 6. That's my favorite Pokemon game of all time. My favorite Pokemon game. I love Gen 6. And on the surface, right? On the surface, I couldn't be any more happy. I couldn't be any more happy to see Kalos returning in some capacity, right? And in a Legends game, no less, right? Legends being the most refreshing thing the Pokemon series has ever done, and I don't know, in pretty much all its longevity, right? That's exciting on the surface, isn't it? It is. I would be the first to admit that it is. I would be lying if I said a part of me wasn't excited, okay? I am excited to see Kalos back. Perhaps even bigger and better than it has ever been. Perhaps. But man, it's the pessimist in me. It's the skepticism in me. I've been burned so many times. So many times at this point. You know, ever since X and Y, ever since Gen 6, I've been following the Pokemon series. You know, I've been getting the games on the DS, right? I got the Gen 3 remakes, right? I got into Gen 7 really late, so I didn't get into it until Pokemon Ultra Sun was out. That's the one I got. So that was my first experience with Gen 7. You could probably leave your condolences in the comments on that one. But but yeah, man, it's just what am I getting at, right? What am I getting at? So I'm trying to say that there's a part of me that's excited for this. Pokemon ZA, Kalos coming back, perhaps bigger and better than ever before. Right, Mega Evolution 2, Mega Evolution coming back. But that was kind of a given. Let's be real. That didn't excite me at all. I actually saw that. Like, come on, seriously, people. If they're bringing back Kalos, they're bringing back Mega Evolution. You know, where the concept started. Is that really that mind blowing? Did nobody else see that? Anyway, whatever. I'm gonna stop there. Either way, I'm worried. I am. I'm genuinely concerned. I don't think that this is gonna be all that it's cracked up to be. I don't mean to take away from the people who are excited, from the people who are heavily anticipating this, from the people who have been clamoring for this. Pokemon X and Y have to be the most, what am I trying to say? Unfinished? The most, no. That's not it. The, potential, right? Their potential just wasn't met in X and Y. And we were all wanting a Z, right? We were all wanting some sort of sister game or some sort of sequel, right? To further flesh out Kalos, to further flesh out the lore of Mega Evolution, to further flesh out the things that X and Y set down, but never exactly went through on, like with Zygarde and all that, like X and Y hardly ever tapped into any of the stuff that truly made it unique, right? And it's always been such a missed opportunity. But this can make up for that. It's possible that this can make up for all of that. Have we been waiting for a long time? Yeah, this is way overdue. But like, that's also exciting. It is. It really is. That we could finally get those loose ends tied up from all the way back then. Because X and Y is like already a decade old at this point. Wow. But like, again, it's the pessimist in me. It's the pessimist in me. I can't be I can't be only excited. I've been burned by Game Freak time and time again. I saw Generation 8, right? I saw Sword and Shield. I purchased it. I saw Legends Arceus. I purchased, and I saw Scarlet and Violet. Didn't purchase that one. I stopped. I drew the line after Legends Arceus. I stopped. Okay. Pokemon on Switch it's been a mess. Pokemon is not the series I fell in love with anymore. Right? You ever fall in love with something and just watch it decay over time? Watch it fall from the pedestal of which you placed it on so long ago? You try sticking to it because you think it can get better. You want to see it reach its former glory. That you want to see what you loved in it in the first place. You want to see that again. And I'm not. I haven't really been the entire Nintendo Switch generation. I've been waiting. I've been watching. I've been keeping up with Pokemon. Because I don't want to give up. Right? I don't think I can call myself a Pokemon fan anymore, but I don't want to give up. This series, Pokemon as a whole, is incredible. It really is. And to see it settle for less time and time again, it's really bumming me out. I'm getting burnt out. I really am. I can't be unconditionally excited for this. I can't be unconditionally excited for anything because what ground do I have to stand on when it comes to believing in them? It cracked with Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield broke me a lot, man. I have never been so deeply disappointed. And again, I really don't mean to what's the word, man? I don't mean to be unfair to people who are excited. I'm not judging you at all. I'm not. I'm really not. I'm an outsider looking in here, okay? I loved this series at a point too. I loved Pokemon. And if you still do, and you haven't been burnt, that's great. I don't mean to take that from you at all. By any means. I wish I could be a fraction. I wish I could feel a fraction of the excitement that the internet is feeling over this reveal. I wish. But that excitement, whatever excitement I do have, is being drowned out by my worries, by my frets, by my skepticism. Sword and Shield was underwhelming. Legends Arceus was just a blueprint of something that truly could have been great. It was more like a tech demo from anything else. So much untapped potential. An unfinished blah of a game. Not to mention it looks really hideous. It really does look ugly. I'm not defending that at all. Legends Arceus and especially Scarlet and Violet, those are some of the most miserable Nintendo Switch games I have yet seen. They do not look good by today's standards at all. And it's like, will the same happen to this? I'd say people saying, "Oh, they're taking more time with it. They're taking their time. It's coming out next year. They got more time to work on it." And yeah, I understand where you're coming from. All right, Because, again, credit where credit is due, I'm surprised and frankly glad that they're not releasing it this holiday season. That's what I expected. That's what I expected, honestly. I expected them to just drop that bombshell and be like, it's coming out November 2024 or something like that. This holiday season, the usual. But no, they didn't do that. I can commend that. I do commend that. But, like, do you guys do you seriously think they're taking more time? Do you really? That's a year. That is a year. I have little faith. Everything that they... Okay, time to get started. I'm digging in now. I'm digging in now. This gives me nothing. I am not at all hopeful for this. This literally is a proof of concept. They had nothing to show for this. Nothing. And I'm expected to be hyped. We're expected to be hyped when they've given us nothing but CGI and a logo, just a proof of concept. I hate when people do this. I hate when companies do this. I'm a Sonic fan. I'm tired of Sonic doing that. Sonic did it with Forces, did it with Frontiers. I'm done because both of those games turned out to be underwhelming. Both of those games turned out to be disappointing in their own right. When a company has nothing to show in the actual product that they expect you to be paying for, that's never a good omen. That's never a good sign. They don't have the confidence in themselves, and we're supposed to have the confidence and faith in them? Nah, man, no. You can actually miss me with that, because no, I wanted to be excited for this, and a part of me still kind of is, but it's being drowned out by all this. What is there to be excited for? CGI and a logo. They're bringing back Mega Evolution in the Kalos game. No way. Who would have seen that one coming? Like, what am I supposed to be getting excited for? When this could end up being another Legends Arceus. When this could end up being another Scarlet and Violet, which it likely will, because they're only taking a year to get it done. They just got done working on the DLC to Scarlet and Violet. They just got done doing that. And if they were working on this project before that DLC was done, then we're gonna end up with another Legends Arceus, where they were working on two projects at once again, and because of that, neither one of those projects could reach their full potential. They were both squandered by that. Resources, developers were split between Legends Arceus and Scarlet and Violet. Did that happen again? Were they working on this while working on the DLC to Scarlet and Violet, and because of that, this is going to suffer? Is this really a pattern that we're going to repeat here? And if it isn't, if they really are just getting started on developing this, then no, that isn't a lot of time either. It's coming out next year. Unless they delay it by some miracle. I don't even know if there's ever been a Pokemon delay. I'm not expecting a delay. It's coming out next year. Worldwide, simultaneously. They only have a year to get this done. And frankly, I don't think Game Freak has it in them to... I don't think they have it in them to make a quality game that lives up to the standards of Switch games in 20... I don't think they have it in them to make a decent, well-running, well-looking, well-polished, finished game in a year. Maybe they could get away with that on the lesser handheld, on the lesser devices, on the Game Boy, on the Game Boy Advance, on the DS, on the 3DS. They could get away with that then. They could get away with that back then. They could get away with just getting done with Black 2 and White 2 and then moving on to X and Y a year later. They could do that back then, but they can't do that anymore. These are $60 games that they're making on much more advanced hardware. Well, I just hope Switch Advanced. Oopsies. Also, Discord notification. Let me turn that. Let me shut that off. I can't. I mean, what am I supposed to be excited for? What am I supposed to be hopeful for? What is it that you guys are seeing that I'm not? I watched the same trailer as all of you. I don't get it. I don't get it. I watched this trailer and it's just CGI and a logo. It's CGI and the logo. And then a brief release date. I'm supposed to have faith in a company that has burned me time and time again. I'm supposed to have faith whose last mainline game was Scarlet and Violet? Scarlet and Violet! Now, I know Scarlet and Violet has a charm. I know Scarlet and Violet has some diamonds underneath all that rough, and Lord knows there's a lot of rough. But, like, I've heard it. You know, I've seen it. But it's a $60 game. I'm paying full price for a game that looks like it was made in Roblox. In like 5 months. I'm paying $60 for that. No. No. I'm not supporting this practice anymore. I'm not. I really don't mean to take away from the people who are excited. In fact, I have a question for you guys. Why are you excited? Other than speculative reasons, right? Set the speculation, all that aside. Let's get realistic here. We can speculate all day. But I have a good feeling... Well, it's not really a good feeling, it's a bad one. I have a feeling that all of our speculation, it's going to be better than the finished product. That's what I honestly think. Pokemon on the Switch has been a mess. Pokemon on Switch has been unsustainable. Pokemon on Switch isn't something I want to support anymore. Unless they give me a reason to. And this right here isn't a reason to. CGI and a logo. Get hype. For what? For what? I'm sorry. I'm probably just sounding too jaded at this point. Do I even want to make this video? Should I even release it? I'm probably just gonna get clowned on. But I'm making it because I genuinely want to know if I'm alone in this. Am I really alone in my skepticism? Am I really alone in not having faith in Game Freak? Am I really alone in seeing CGI, seeing a logo, and not being hype? I genuinely just want to have a decent discussion about this, right? I want to have a decent talk. Maybe you guys could give me something to be hype about. Because hell, I'll hop on the hype train. I'm not against it. I'm not above it. I'm not. I can still get hype for Pokemon products. In fact, I literally just said the things that are keeping a part of me hype for this anyway. Gen 6 is my baby. Seeing Kalos come back potentially bigger and better than ever sounds like a sweet deal to me, but I don't think that's the deal I'm going to be getting. I don't have faith. What am I supposed to have faith in? I guess that's the question of today's video. What am I supposed to have faith in when it comes to this? When it comes to Game Freak, when it comes to Pokemon on Switch, am I really going to be expected to fork up $60 for another half-baked product that doesn't reach its potential? Is that the expectation? Is that the norm? Am I losing my mind? Man, I'm sounding way too negative. This isn't the kind of... I swear this isn't the type of content I like to put out. This is my first Pokemon video on the channel, and what a way to go out, am I right? Oh my goodness. Oh, this is so what I'm gonna do well. Okay. Yeah. I'm still looking forward to having a decent conversation with you guys about this. Are you hyped for Pokemon Legends EA? If so, why? Other than speculative reasons, why are you hyped for this? And if you're not, is it for the reasons I stated, or do you have your own reasons? Can you relate to my skepticism? Am I not alone? Anyway, if you're happy, stay happy, please. Please, don't let some dude behind the screen take that from you. Please don't let that happen. I just want to have a genuinely nice discussion about this. I just want to talk Pokemon. This one, it's not gonna hurt anyone, is it? This isn't hurting anyone. Let's talk Pokemon ZA. Our hopes for it, our frets for it, our worries, our concerns, you know? All that. Let's talk about all of it together. I'm genuinely curious. But yeah, I think that's about it for me. That's the video. I hope you guys are willing to indulge me in this subject. I look forward to seeing you guys in the comments, ideally. Yeah. Miguel signing off.